Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about Kvaris, which is the new region coming out in a month. And while Sega has been doing some drip marketing on the JP side, letting us know who the new characters are, as well as a little bit of background story about Kvaris itself. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So as usual, all links will be in the description below, but the first article we're going to be looking at is the Dengeki article. So it shows us the new character Mary, a girl who lives on a lodge that stands in the snow field of a new region, Kvaris. She seems to have a solid personality, doing household chores and hunting for a living. Also, the black and white things are clear. It seems that the main characters are being washed as foreigners. I'm wondering how I have a relationship with the main characters. Konami Kohara is in charge of the CV or the character voice. However, what caught my attention is down here. The new region Kvaris is a frigid region that once had the capital that was the predecessor of Central City, but collapsed and abandoned in the battle with dolls. A beautiful and dangerous world covered in snow and ice, which is very different from Aleo and Retem Awaits arcs. Details of the new region Kvaris will be released in the NGS headline scheduled on the broadcast on April 28th. So now we know two things. First of all, there is a new waifu in the Kvaris region, but honestly, she doesn't really give me waifu vibes. Like, her backstory sure does kind of hint main character of this region, but I don't know, she just doesn't look like a main character to me. You know, she's no Nadara, but she kind of looks like a side character, to be perfectly honest with you, at least through their character design. So I'm wondering, are we actually going to be getting a husbando? Because if we jump over here to the 4Gamer interview, you can see we do have a new husbando called Kuka. And let's just read what it says right here. Covered by deep snow and thick ice, Kvaris is where the capital once stood. However, it collapsed in a battle with the dolls in the past and is now abandoned. And now we see our husbando over here. This character design just kind of screams main character to me. You know, you've got your TMGs, it's a gunner, and they just look really badass. So I feel like this is going to be the main character in Kvaris, and this is going to be the side character. As much as I would love more waifus, you know, since that's like the holy trinity of PSO2, we had Hitsugi, Matoi, as well as Harriet. This was the holy trinity in the base game. Now, you could argue that we also had Shiva. However, for the sake of simplicity, we're just going to say that it's the holy trinity of waifus. And so I find it pretty interesting that we are getting a husbando over here. Unless, of course, we're getting character development, where this is like the teacher or the mentor, she's the student. He sacrifices himself to save the girl, and then she suddenly becomes a badass because character development, right? That would be, I could totally see that happening. But let's continue on with the lore of Kuka. A young man living in a lodge that stands in a snowy field. He has a modest personality, but has a solid core, an excellent observing eye, and a type who always acts calmly. Even for the protagonists who are sudden visitors, he is not very cautious and shows a supportive attitude. And again, it says right here, we will get more information about Kvaris on the April 28th NGS headline, which is in a couple of days. So what do you think of the new characters, as well as how Kvaris used to be the capital city of planet Halpha, but was overtaken by dolls? So I want to see some backstory on that. Maybe NGS will pull some shenanigans just like in base PSO2, where there's time travel and we go back in time to find out what on earth happened, and we learn about some secret weapon or something that they didn't complete in time, and that's why they got overrun by these dolls. Or maybe we just find out who the culprit is and who actually makes all these dolls. There are a ton of questions unanswered, and I can't wait for the new region to come out. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But anyway, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the rest.